are no strings on me.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Connor, your PrimitiveAK here, back with another video for you guys today. Today we have some brand new patch notes that just recently dropped for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's going to be patch 1.08. For some reason, Infinity Ward has a strange habit of releasing updates at literally 12:30 at night, which is probably 9 p.m. for them. But regardless, we got some patch notes for you guys today, and it does include quite a bit of some interesting fixes, so I figured it'd be best if we cover it on the channel. If you guys are new, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Really do appreciate you guys showing the love and support on the channel. And if you're up watching this video at 1 o'clock Eastern time, be sure to leave a like on this video. Shout outs to you guys on the East Coast and the West Coast as well. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the patch notes for today is going to include a lot of general fixes which prevent some of the crashes, which actually fixed a bug where if you were max rank and also had a certain amount of challenges or mastery challenges completed, your game would actually crash. So apparently they claim to have fixed this in this update, so let's pray and hope that that is actually the case. Moving on with the riot shield, they fixed a bug where the player using a riot shield would not take any explosive damage during certain situations. I have actually experienced this firsthand, and I've also seen it happen to a few of my friends as well, where you could shoot an RPG in their face and you just don't take damage at all. It's kind of strange, but it does happen. They've also fixed an issue where the riot shield would stow on the player's back when using a stim shot. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't use the riot shield, but good fixes there as well. They've also adjusted the footsteps when ADS and also crouch independent of speed, so they've tweaked the footsteps yet again in this game, which is something that I don't really necessarily have a problem with, but I also don't necessarily agree with, because that's kind of like our only counter to dealing with the campers in this game. But I can also understand why they want to nerf it, because the footsteps are ridiculously loud on this game. Moving on, they also increase the speed at which you can remain using the walk footstep sounds by slightly pressing on the movement stick. This is another great change, pretty much. So if you try to crouch walk and slow walk around corners, it's much harder to hear them. However, if you have a good headset, you know, Asteroid 40, Steel Series headsets, you can still hear footsteps fairly well. So this change isn't really going to affect you that much. Moving on to challenges, they've actually fixed some general fix for the UI and challenge stats getting out of sync. They'll continue to monitor that and make additional fixes as needed in future updates. This is basically where if you looked at your camel challenges and it says you're 0 out of 35, you complete that challenge for 35 kills, and then the next one could be like 50 kills, and all of a sudden it says 0 out of 50. I don't understand why these small problems constantly slip through the cracks, and you know, now we're stuck fixing bugs that should have been working on day one instead of actually fixing other things that need to be fixed, you know, like laughable kill streaks. You know, that'd be nice. But regardless, they did fix they claim to have fixed it in this update, so we'll have to test it out and see if it's actually working properly. I doubt it, but we'll see. Fix for a challenge related error that could occur. Never heard of this one, but they fixed that as well. And they also fixed a mission challenge description where getting kills with a burst weapon would be too vague, so they reworded that as far as I know. They've also tweaked some spawn systems in the map Piccadilly. Listen, Infinity Ward, I'm gonna be honest with you, it doesn't matter what you do to this map. No matter what you do to it, I still will never play Piccadilly. That map is hot garbage. But regardless, they did spawn tune when playing TDM and Domination. They've also added Domination flag adjustments and also moved the B flag on the map as well. But like I said, map is still garbage. Nothing you can do to it to make me want to play it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Moving on, we have some weapon balances. This is where the nitty and gritty of the update does come in here. ARs, they did some minor hip spread adjustments, so you can't hip fire as easily with ARs. That's kind of unfortunate, actually. I thought it was already kind of hard to hip fire with ARs, but they've retuned this again to make it much more difficult. Moving on, the 725 also got reduced range yet again. I'll jump into a pub match later this afternoon, or later this afternoon, to see exactly if the range nerf was something worthwhile. I don't know, man. It's just the Infinity Ward has this thing which is making ridiculously overpowered weapons and then doing such small changes to them where it's not enough. So the 725 appears to have been nerfed yet again, but we'll see if it's actually worthwhile. Moving on, the M4 got an increased hipfire spread yet again, and also decreased the damage to the head, so the headshot multiplayer got reduced on this weapon. This is also pretty good. There's still a good chunk of players that are still using the M4. I stopped using it ever since I got it gold, not because it's a bad gun, but because, you know, I got it gold, I don't want to use it anymore, and plus everyone else is using it. I want to have variety in my weapons, so hopefully this encourages players to try different weapons out. Moving on, they also reduced the recoil and increased the ADS speed on the FAL. I'm actually kind of pissed off about this one, not because it's getting bugged, but because I literally just finished getting this gold like 2 days ago for my Road to Damascus series, and the fact that I see this get buffed literally right after I finish editing the video is kind of annoying. But regardless, those that are still going for gold on this weapon or just like using this weapon, this is a nice little change there, and it's definitely a welcome change, so props to Infinity Ward for that one. They've also increased the ADS speed for the EB14. I believe that's one of the marksman semi-automatic rifles. I haven't used that weapon yet, but I'm sure that's a much needed change there. They've also made some miscellaneous ammo reserve adjustments upon spawning to be in line with the weapons of its class, so that was another issue. If you had a certain type of weapon, you'd actually spawn with less ammo as opposed to if you're using something like an M4. They also fixed the bug where the overkill perk with an SMG will list as their secondary and would sometimes spawn without a primary when joining a match in progress. That's another big issue there. Glad they fixed that. But overall, that's pretty much all the patch notes. There's quite some good changes here. There's still a lot that needs to be done. Pretty underwhelming update as far as I know. We'll have to wait for the overhaul in late November, which was leaked to drop and make some massive changes to the game. But regardless, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are new. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's your boy Carnage at PrimitiveAK, signing out. Peace out, fellas.